Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am the Southern Wrestling Scholar, ZJ Pierce. I am the host of the Nerdz Watching Wrasslin Podcast, and this is Quick React, where I take a look at insert wrestling show here to give you an outside opinion or let you know what happened just in case you missed the show. And today we are talking about the 2026 Royal Rumble that emanated live from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We have two WrestleMania main eventers confirmed. We have a still title retention, and we have an unfortunate career ending. Let's get into all of that real quick. If you're ready for it, tag me in. So when it comes to the Royal Rumble matches, I will let you know who entered 1 through 30. Just be listening out for them because we did start the pay-per-view premium live event, whatever you are choosing to call it, with the Women's Royal Rumble. Going down the list from numbers 1 through 30 are Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Kiana James, Nia Jax, Ivy Nile, NXT's Lola Vice, Candice LeRae, Jordan Grace, Becky Lynch, NXT's Sol Ruka, Roxanne Perez, Maxine Dupree, Natty, the former Natalia, Liv Morgan, Lash Legend, Zelina Vega, Raquel Gonzalez, Chelsea Green, Julia, Io Sky, Asuka, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, the NXT Women's Champion Jacy Jayne, Nikki Bella, Lyra Valkyria, NXT's Kalani Jordan, Kairi Sane, Brie Bella, and Tiffany Stratton. First of all, welcome back, Brie Bella. But yeah, NXT had a very good showing with Kalani Jane, Sol Ruka, Lola Vice, and Jacy Jayne. Sol Ruka in particular looking very good, even making it to the final three. This was a very good match with a lot of good, very fun spots. In the beginning, Charlotte and Alexa Flair, who drew Charlotte Bliss, Alexa Flair, they're best friends. They drew numbers 1 and 2, started to feign like they were maybe going to fight each other, maybe not, before deciding to just wait on numbers 3 and after so they can attack them as a team. Like I said, Natty, the former Natalia, had a very good showing, being a lot more aggressive than how she usually is. Lash Legend racked up the most eliminations in this match with 5, including eliminating both Bella twins by herself. There was a nice stare down between Asuka, Io Sky, and Julia, 3 very big names in Japanese women wrestling I really love. Our final 3 came down to Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, and the aforementioned Sol Ruka. Sol Ruka looked very good and almost poised to win the entire thing. I believed for a split second after she hit the double soul snatcher on Tiffany and Liv. But this set up the beautiful ending to what has lately been the ending of all women's rumbles, where our last 3 competitors end up on the apron and start duking it out. So Ruka would go for an apron soul snatcher, ultimately being pushed off the rope by Tiffany Stratton. And then Tiffany Stratton would be the victim of an oblivion on the apron by Liv Morgan so that she could win the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Liv Morgan will now go on to WrestleMania to challenge for any women's world title of her choosing. Will it be Jade? Will it be Stephanie? If Stephanie is champion after this coming Monday. I honestly think it'll be fun for the story, especially considering what happens in the Rumble, not to spoil too much. Liv Morgan eliminate Raquel. I think it would be good storytelling if Raquel won the Philadelphia street fight this Monday on Raw. That's for the women's world title against Stephanie Vaquer. That way Raquel has the belt, and then Liv would challenge Raquel for her title at WrestleMania. That's just me. Let me know what you guys think. Next, we had the career match between AJ Styles and Gunther. This was a very good match with AJ Styles working over the leg that he got Gunther to tap out on with the calf crusher a couple weeks ago on Raw. AJ Styles looked very good here, even after cutting his arm open on the announce table earlier in the match. Gunther obviously tossed AJ around and kept trying to wake him up for a sleeper hold. But AJ Styles would not go down as easy, with AJ even hitting a powerbomb on Gunther for a near fall. AJ Styles would hit the Styles Clash for a near fall. Gunther would hit the powerbomb for a near fall. But our final stretch came when Gunther locked in the sleeper hold, and AJ Styles tried every which way to counter it to no avail. He tried punching him and elbowing him in the inner thigh. It didn't work. he tried to turn over on his back. He tried to reach for the ropes, go through a turnover, and put all his weight on his back. Inevitably, he would grapevine the arm, scissor the body, and AJ Styles would pass out in the sleeper hold. Ladies and gentlemen, 10 years after debuting at the exact same pay-per-view, AJ Styles has retired from WWE. I'm not going to say he's completely retired because it is 2026 and it's only January. He says he wanted this to be his last year in wrestling, but with him retiring in WWE only in January, I feel this now gives him the opportunity to either go to TNA or AEW and do some more dream matches before he officially hangs up the boots. But these 10 years in WWE have been an absolute dream. I've been an AJ Styles fan for as long as I've been a professional wrestling fan, and he's just always been an amazing competitor. I've never not enjoyed myself when watching an AJ Styles match. Thank you, AJ Styles. Obviously, if I had to go and think about any match of mine, that might be my favorite from AJ Styles. I could always look to either one of the two triple threats that he had with Samoa Joe and Chris Daniels. Obviously, the one from TNA Unbreakable 2005 being the most recognizable. But let me know what your favorite AJ Styles match or moment was in the comments if you're watching this. Thank you, AJ Styles. Always phenomenal, P1 and all that. Next, we had the WWE Championship match between Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn. This was kind of a streak versus streak match, with Drew McIntyre being 11-0 against Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn being undefeated in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This was a very good powerhouse versus underdog match. A lot of great near-fall sequences, including Drew McIntyre hitting a trifecta of Future Shock DDTs and a Claymore just for Sami Zayn to barely, and when I say barely, The Rock means barely, get the shoulder up. It looked as though Sami Zayn might have had the match won after a haluva kick following a ref distraction, but Drew McIntyre kicked out. Ultimately, the finish came after Sami hit the capture suplex and set up the haluva kick, only for Drew McIntyre to immediately counter into a Claymore, look Sami in the eyes, and deliver a second, more emphatic Claymore to retain the undisputed WWE Championship. This was a very good match. This dashes Sami Zayn's championship dreams, but this will not be the last we see of Drew McIntyre on this night. And finally, the main event, the men's Royal Rumble match. Once again, letting you know the participants going down from numbers 1 through 30. Obafemi, who made his main roster debut in this match. Braun Breaker, Solo Sikoa, Rey Mysterio, Rusev, Matt Cardona, Damian Priest, Javon Evans, Triple A's Mr. Iguana, Trick Williams, Cody Rhodes, El Grande Americano, the Ludwig Kaiser variant, the OG El Grande Americano. It literally said original El Grande Americano on the Titantron, the Chad Gable version. Royce Keys, the former Powerhouse Hobbs in AEW, made his WWE debut in the Royal Rumble match. Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, Ilya Dragunov, Triple A's La Parka, Dragon Lee, Logan Paul, LA Knight, Brock Lesnar, The Miz, Ray Phoenix, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Penta, Randy Orton, and coming in at number 30, the career killer Gunther. Looking back at this list, I am now realizing that neither men's U.S. or Intercontinental Champion were involved in this match. Where was Carmelo Hayes? I know Dominic Mysterio is interested, so I'm not going to worry about him. But where was Carmelo Hayes? A lot of good storytelling in this match. The main story being surrounded by division. As Braun was making his way to the ring, he was attacked by a masked hooded man who hit a stomp on Braun Breaker and then throwing him in the ring, allowing Obafemi to eliminate Braun Breaker less than 10 seconds into the match's start time. And then, ladies and gentlemen, it was just a powerful showing from Obafemi throughout the night. He had a great stare down with Brock Lesnar, who I believe ultimately eliminated him. Yes, Brock Lesnar did eliminate Obafemi. Obafemi himself also set the record with the most eliminations in the men's match with 5 eliminations. Very good showing for him. Royce Keys, the former Powerhouse Hobbs, had a phenomenal showing as well. This was a great introduction to him as the WWE audience. It took the entire vision to get rid of him. Like I said, we had the great comedy spots between El Grande Americano original and variant, with the original eliminating the variant from the Royal Rumble. Jey Uso tried his whole run it back interest thing when Roman Reigns got in the ring, but, Roman put a stop to that immediately. The final four coming down to the Maverick Logan Paul, Randy Orton, the Tribal Chief, and the Career Killer, with the final two ultimately being Gunther and Roman Reigns. I wouldn't have been mad if Gunther won, especially seeing as he came in from number 30, and it will give him more heat from just not only beating AJ Styles, but now I get to retire AJ Styles and go on to main event WrestleMania. That to me would have been a very good story. But foreshadowing is a thing, and with the reported plan being a triple threat for the Undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania, and Drew McIntyre being the one to actually eliminate Cody Rhodes from this match. This match was ultimately one man's match to win, and it was our Tribal Chiefs, ones in the air. Our Tribal Chief eliminated Gunther to win the 2026 Royal Rumble. He will now challenge for whatever title he chooses at WrestleMania, which, like I just said, might be the Undisputed WWE Championship in that aforementioned triple threat with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. But yes, this was the 2026 Royal Rumble. Let me know what you thought of the show. Please remember to like, share, and follow. And remember to be looking out for the latest episode of the Nerdz Watching Wrasslin Podcast, which will drop sometime this week, where I do a deeper dive into the 2026 Royal Rumble. Until then, I have been your Southern Wrestling Scholar, ZJ Pierce, and I will see you next time.